Classrooms at a military daycare are being deep cleaned after reports of rashes and eczema among infants and toddlers. The U.S. Army garrison says the concerns are at the Alia Manu Military Reservation's Child Development Center in the Tiare toddler room and the Pikake and Hibiscus infant rooms, and that there are no confirmed cases of impetigo or hand, foot, and mouth disease. It's working with Army Public Health to increase cleaning and staff health training.